quite well. It's improving.
Okay, let's move away from the internal situation in Rwanda to the external situation. I'd like to know a bit about your relationship with other countries, starting with Burundi, because Burundi also has the same type of problem of Tutsis and Hutus that you have in Rwanda. What are the relations between Rwanda and Burundi, with whom you have such a long border?
It's a good question, actually, Burundi. You know, you are talking about those problems, Hutu and Tutsi and so on. I think that Burundi tried, yes, to build their institutions according to those so-called ethnic groups. But today you will see there are Hutu parties, and the other Hutus, they are there, but they're hating each other. The problem is no longer an Hutu-Tutsi's problem, but the problem is the power. So meaning the solution we took, the path we took, was the right one. So coming back at our relationship, we have a very friendly relationship with Burundi, and we enjoyed it.
But there was a time when it was more than friendly, because the country used to be called Rwanda-Burundi at one stage.
This was during the colonial times again. It seems you like that, huh?
Just that I have a longer memory than you have.
That's true. I was not yet born. You're right.
Okay, so let's take the other country which is important in the region, which is the Congo. The Congo is full of problems. What do any of the Congolese problems spill over into Rwanda?
It's a huge country, that's true. But we are also enjoying currently a very friendly relationship with the Congolese government.
Yeah, but the Congolese government has no power in Congo. The whole country is warlords.
Well, I think that here I will be a diplomat and say, ask my colleague, the Congolese ambassador.
I asked the United Nations peacekeeping force in Congo, and that force tells us, and it is what their reports are all on the record. So it doesn't help if the Congolese ambassador says, I am the power. He's not the power in the Congo. He's being challenged by hundreds of separate warlords in separate areas. We have 20,000 troops in the Congo.
We have maybe all of us to try to see how we can help them to rebuild their countries. They went through, actually, one of the problems are those genocidals who were in Rwanda, who shifted there to Congo, and they brought in also the same problems and so on and so forth. I think the problems are there, just there are external factors which are really playing a huge role, destructive role. Those internal problems are minor. There is a way to...
No, I need to know a bit more. You can't get away just by saying there are external factors. What are these external factors?
Come on, ambassador. You're an ambassador. You know that you cannot... Okay, wait. When I'll retire, then I will tell you my views about that. He's a bad boy, you know.
So, but basically, correct me if I'm wrong, what you are saying is that the neighboring countries around the Congo are intervening and interfering in the Congo, because reports in the press here in this country are that the Congo is so rich in mineral resources that everybody has got a pipeline into the mineral resources from outside the Congo. Is Rwanda one of those countries which has a straw drinking the Coca-Cola from the Congo also?
Well, there might maybe be some people who think so, but what I know, to my knowledge, we enjoyed a good relationship with the Congolese government, and if we in Congo, we are not there, or we are not exploiting the Congolese soil or whatever. There might maybe have some who think so, but to my knowledge, no. It's no, categorically no.
Okay, so you are refusing to be drawn out on the Congo. So let's change it to the United Nations. You are the ambassador to the United Nations.
Sure.
What do you do at the UN? How do you keep yourself busy? What are your interests in the United Nations?
So there are many. Rwanda is one of the major contributor for the peacekeeping forces in the world. Actually, we are, I think, the number 6 after Pakistan and so on and so forth. You're doing quite well.
No, we are number 1 because we want to get the army out of the country.
Really? No, for us, it's just to try to see how we can help the others to overcome all kinds of tragedies. Yes, we're taking the responsibility into that. So there is also the gender issues, which are very sensitive for us, and the climate change. So, and other issues, any other issues which is currently there.
I'd like to know a bit more about the landlocked nature of Rwanda, because when you are a landlocked country, you become totally dependent on others for all your imports and exports. What effect does the landlockedness of Rwanda have on the country?
Of course, economically it affects you once you are a landlocked countries, but we are lucky having kind of friendly neighborhood, and we created the so-called East African Community. Those are 5 countries. There is Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda, and so we're using those facilities they have, but still, we think that though it affects our economy, we found another niche where we can concentrate, is the service. And we are improving our bank sectors, tourism, insurances, and all kinds of other service sectors. So that's because of the security, the well-organized country, and so on, clean countries, and so people are enjoying to come to Rwanda. I can give you just an example. We had, it's end of 90s, we used to get like, on the tourism sectors, like $1 million, and 10 years later now we are making over $300 million. So you can see that things are really quite moving well.
What's interesting for tourism in Rwanda? Are the girls pretty?
Well, we are not at all giving such kind of facilities, but the landscape, the security people out there. We have mountain gorillas. Those are very unique attractions. We have beautiful rainforest in the Nyungwe, nice lodges. We have savannas. We have all kinds of national park. It's beautiful, and the weather. It's all the year. It's springtime, so you can enjoy it.
One of the most powerful people in the United Nations is the Under-Secretary General, who is in charge of African issues, landlocked countries, least developed countries. Is he helpful to you?
Well,
he has incidentally been here to Fairleigh Dickinson, so we know him well.
Oh, wow, that's great. No, I think that they are our civil servants, that they are serving us what you are demanding them to do. So, you can understand. Has no other alternative than to be helpful.
Okay, before we open the debate to the floor, I do want to ask you 2 very simple questions.
Yes.
The first